You've clicked on Chris's Texas Sports Podcast. I am Chris, by the way. Today, a look at Texas junior college football teams, the 1973-1974 Avco Trophy champion Houston Aeros, and some current sports news. The junior colleges in Texas that field football teams play in the Southwest Junior College Football Conference. The schools are Kilgore, Trinity Valley, Navarro, Tyler Junior College, Blinn, and Cisco. The Kilgore Rangers are led by head coach Willie Gooden, who's in his sixth season at the helm. Last season, the Rangers had a 10-2 record and a 7-1 conference record and were the SJCFC champions. They lost in the JUCO playoffs to Iowa Western Community College 47-7. The Rangers were picked to repeat as SJCFC champions. Trinity Valley is led by head coach Sherrod Poteet. He's in his seventh season. The Cardinals went 7-3 last year, had a 5-2 conference record, and were picked second in the SJCFC. Navarro, led by head coach Ryan Taylor, in his third season, are led by Coach Ryan Taylor in his third season. Anyway, the Bulldogs went 6-5 last year with a 5-3 record in conference play. They're picked third in the SJCFC. The Tyler Apaches are led by head coach Tanner Jacobson in his third season as head coach. The Apaches went 5-4 last year with a 4-3 conference mark. They were picked fourth in the SJCFC. One of their players signed with the Colts. Levi Bell, who played for the Apaches in 2019, had been playing for the Michigan Panthers of the UFL for the past 2 seasons. Blinn is led by head coach Ryan Mann in his 8th season at the helm. The Buccaneers went 3-6 last year with a 1-6 conference record. They're picked 6th in the SJFC. Cisco, led by head coach Charlie Rizzo in his second season. Last year, the Wranglers went 4-4 with a 3-4 conference record. They're picked 7th in the SJCFC. Next, look back at the 1973-1974 Avco Trophy champion Houston Aeros. The 1973-1974 Houston Aeros, led by head coach Bill Deneen, and with Hall of Famer Gordie Howe on the team, won the 1973-1974 Avco Trophy, which was the championship for the World Hockey Association in the 1970s. The Aeros had a 48-25-6 record and finished the season in first place in the WHA West. In the playoffs, the Aeros swept the Winnipeg Jets in the West semifinals. Then the Aeros beat the Minnesota Fighting Saints in 7 games in the West finals, and the Aeros swept the Chicago Cougars in the Avco Trophy finals. It was the first championship for a Houston team since the Oilers had won the 1961 AFL championship. Howe, who was 45 at the time, scored 100 points for the Aeros. Also in sports in Texas in 1974, Texas lost to Nebraska 19-3 in the 1974 Cotton Bowl game. The Longhorns finished in 1973, ranked number 14 in the AP and number 8 in the coaches poll. The 1974 Texas Longhorns baseball team made it to the College World Series. The 1974 Texas Rangers, led by manager Billy Martin, had their first winning season since moving from Washington. The Rangers finished in second place, 5 games behind the Oakland A's, who went on to win their third straight World Series. Right fielder Jeff Burroughs was the AL MVP and also started for the American League at left field in the 1974 All-Star Game. First baseman Mike Hargrove was the AL Rookie of the Year. Pitcher Ferguson Jenkins was the Comeback Player of the Year. Manager Billy Martin was the AL Manager of the Year. That was the year they had the was known as the 10-cent beer night game in Cleveland, where the game ended in a forfeit because the fans in Cleveland got a little rowdy after drinking their 10-cent beer. The 1974 Baylor Bears won their first conference championship in 50 years. One of the wins was a come-from-behind win over Texas. The Bears beat the Longhorns 34-24 after trailing 24-7 at halftime. The season is known in Baylor lore as the Miracle on the Brazos, and this season is the 50th anniversary. Baylor head coach Grant Teaff was the AFC Coach of the Year for 1974. Texas lost to Auburn 27-3 in the 1974 Gator Bowl. Houston and North Carolina State played to a 31-all tie in the 1974 Astro Bluebonnet Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys failed to make the playoffs for the first time in nearly 10 years. Both Texas A&I and Texas Lutheran were the 1974 NAIA national champions. A&I won in D1 while Texas Lutheran won in D2. Texas Tech and Vanderbilt played to a 6-all tie in the 1974 Peach Bowl. They also had Super Bowl VIII in Houston at Rice Stadium. The Miami Dolphins beat the Minnesota Vikings 24-7 to win the 1973 NFL Championship and repeat as NFL champions. They had won in 1972 in their perfect 17-0 season, which nobody has duplicated yet. All right, next, some current Texas sports news. Okay, here's some current Texas sports news. Texas is ranked number 4, and Texas A&M is ranked number 18, and Athlon Sports College Football Preview. Astros pitcher Justin Verlander gave up a 3-run home run to Phillies Nick Castellanos in the bottom of the third. The Phillies went on to win the game 6-0. JV said that he regretted his approach on the pitch to Castellanos. He had got a strike on him with a heater. Talked about that. Anyway, MLB.com has JV as the best player in MLB at age 41. They have a Rangers pitcher, Max Scherzer, the best pitcher at 39. The Astros also lost to the Phillies in the series opener, 3-2, on a walk-off single by Bryce Harper. Outfielder Kyle Tucker is now able to sprint as he works his way back from injury. Rangers pitcher Jacob deGrom pitched 2 innings in rehab at AAA Round Rock. He struck out 2 and walked none, gave up no hits and no runs, so he was perfect for 2 innings. The Astros are still in first place in the AL West. They have a 3.5 game lead over the second place Mariners. Their magic number to clinch a playoff berth, either they're just making the playoffs and winning the division, is at 27. There is 30 games left in the MLB season, so they got a lot of work to do. And in NFL news, the Texans waived some players as they cut the roster down for the start of the season, which starts next Sunday at the Colts. John McClain wrote on the team website that GM Nick Caserio and head coach D'Amico Ryans have some tough decisions when it comes to the running backs. Joe Mixon is likely going to be the starter. Now the hard part is picking a backup. Some of the choices include Damian Pierce, Cam Akers, Darway Ogunbowale, J.J. Taylor, Jawar Jordan, and British Brooks. Coach Ryans and offensive coordinator Bobby Slovic would like to keep them all, but that's not feasible. The Texans are counting on the run game to be more productive this year to complement the passing game of quarterback C.J. Stroud. After signing wide receiver CeeDee Lamb to an extension, the Cowboys now turn to signing quarterback Dak Prescott, whose contract is up this year. They were talking about that on ESPN, that they need to get about getting the deal done before the season. Meanwhile, Lamb says he's ready to go despite the holdout. The Cowboys traded tight end Peyton Hendershot to the Chiefs for an unconditional 7th-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Texas's 3 Major League Soccer teams were in action over the weekend. The Dynamo lost to Toronto 1-0. Austin beat Nashville 2-0. And FC Dallas beat DC United 4-3. I went and saw the Dynamo play Toronto back in 2013, and they played to a 0-0 draw. More college football news now. Rice has named its captains for the season. They are senior running back Dean Connors, redshirt senior defensive tackle Isaiah Floyd, redshirt senior outside linebacker Josh Piercy, graduate student Chike Anigbogu, and redshirt junior fullback Garen Hargan. TCU coach Sonny Dykes and his wife Kate donated $1 million to TCU athletics. The UTEP football team has a spectacular new locker room at the Sun Bowl Stadium this year, thanks to a donation from Mr. Jim Cardwell and his wife Julie from El Paso. North Texas is getting ready for its season opener in South Alabama. Hardin-Simmons linebacker Kason Hanna is on the Campbell Award watch list. That award is recognized as the best player in the country for best performance on and off the field. In college soccer, North Texas beat Prairie View 9-0 last Sunday. The Bernie Little League team got a parade after they got back from playing in the Little League World Series, where they finished in 4th place. Congratulations on a good job. Well, I guess I'll let you go now. My name is Chris Carlisle. I want to thank you for checking out my podcast. Well, you can check out better ones than this one, or you can listen to Sports Talk Radio live. But I will be back on a Friday with a look at the Texas high schools. Look at the top 4 picks in each district, the players to watch in each classification, from 6A down to the private schools. Anyway, be sure to hit the download button, leave a like and a rating, follow and subscribe on wherever you listen to this podcast on. That's all for now. Goodbye.